and see the screen. You can do this confirmation via chat using the Q&A section available on the toolbar on the left-hand side of your screen. Thank you all for your confirmation. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ambrish. I'm a product expert with Zoho Assist, and I'm expertised in remote support and unattended access. Heading into the agenda for today's webinar, we'll have a quick look at why delivering quality customer service is crucial for all businesses, specifically in the new work era where we're working in hybrid models, both at office and from different office locations. We'll also have a quick look at some of the challenges that are faced by IT service reps in general across the industry. And I will also provide a few suggestions or solutions of how you could use Zoho Assist to provide top-notch IT remote support to your end users. We will also have a quick look at some best practices to overcome these challenges. And I've also got a dedicated Q&A session available for you throughout this webinar. We have a dedicated support team available here, and you can use the Q&A section to raise any questions you might have on the product or on the webinar, and our team will be answering them instantly. At the end of the webinar, we will also collect all the questions that we've received, and we'll have a quick discussion on them as well. So, heading into the webinar, I would like to start with this quote from Maya Angelou, which has stuck with me for my duration here as a support expert. So this starts with, I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. This is something which is not related to a support in any direct opinion. However, this fits perfectly to how a support should be delivered, a customer support experience should be delivered to our customers. At the end of the day, we're all providing our expertise to our customers to ensure that they feel comfortable with reaching us for any issues, and at the same time ensuring that they're happy with our product. And how we make them feel when approaching them is all the difference that differentiates us from the other companies. So why is it that providing a quality customer service is important and crucial? How does this become a differentiating factor for many organizations? Well, to begin with, why we or I suggest that delivering quality customer service is crucial all starts with one, which is the brand awareness. So as a brand, we always try to ensure that we've got a perfect brand image to the entire to the outside world. We ensure that we're able to provide best of our services, both in terms of how the product works and in terms of how the product is available or is accessible for all users. And brand awareness plays a key factor in ensuring that many people know about our brand. And one way how we could create this brand awareness is by the level of quality customer service that we provide to our users. As in when users are being provided proper service, customer service, and all their issues are being addressed properly, they automatically turn out to become great brand ambassadors for us and create an overall brand awareness over the internet. Moreover, creating this brand awareness also garners reputation for the organization in general. Whenever a person utters the name of our organization, they automatically get aware of our brand, and it also creates a reputation for other people to look up to as well. So what does all of this help with? Obviously, for the business longevity. We all try to ensure that we are in the market as one of the top vendors, and providing a quality customer service helps us to sustain in this very competitive market for a longer duration. All of this can be easily done by providing our customers with great customer service that differentiates us from the rest of the competitors in the market. This also allows us to retain customers for the long run. So whenever a user gets out and tries to connect with the support team and goes out with a positive experience, this automatically allows them to stay loyal to the organization or the company that they've subscribed to. And eventually, they try to upgrade to the highest plan that is available with us, or stay as long as they can with us as their product, as long as we are able to match and provide sufficient service for their requirements. This in turn helps us to improve the revenue of the product, which also reduces the churn for us, which is a win-win for both of the parties involved in here. Moreover, with all of providing quality customer service, our own users become brand ambassadors and provide endorsements for our products. So the word of mouth in which people are going on to suggest our company or our products to other users is the best kind of compliment that any organization would receive. And providing a quality customer service helps us in getting the highest achievement possible in a short span of time as well. So these are some of the main reasons why we consider providing a quality customer service is crucial for any organization, both in the long run and in terms of garnering more customers. So when we've got this kind of segment to be achieved, when we're looking to have the best kind of a quality customer service available, but with the way the environment or the world is changing right now, there are a lot more challenges that are being involved in providing a proper customer service for the IT representatives. We all are moving on to the next set of an environment where we're all working on different scenarios, different conditions, on hybrid work models where we've got users connecting from different work locations and so on. And with the changing times, we've also got challenging scenarios where we've got to cope up and stay ahead of all the competition. So here are a few challenges that are being faced by IT service reps over the past few months. And the first one being the geographical challenges, where we've all had to take care of our customers over different locations. Now, specifically with regards to geographical challenges, this does not alone apply in case of the remote hybrid model. It also comes into play where we are an organization catering to users in different locations all across the globe. So it always becomes a challenge where we're going to be trying to help users who are present in a different location and trying to understand their scenario and help them out in these situations. So the first being geographical challenges, where we're trying to help users across time zones and different regions. And the second one, a challenge which has been there right from the beginning, is the scenario where we're trying to understand our user scenarios perfectly. Now, we've all come across this scenario where our customers tend to tell us that they're facing issue with a particular option, whereas the original issue or the actual issue might actually be something else. Unless and until we're able to closely inspect on what it is, we might not be able to exactly understand what the user scenario may be. So there are challenges where we're trying to understand what the exact scenario is with the help of what is being conveyed by the user, but also trying to find ways to be able to exactly understand what they're saying so that we can provide the best solution at as fast as possible. One more factor that is a huge challenge for us as users comes with the option of trying to convey the viable solutions to the end users. So we are trying to provide a solution to them, but there are scenarios where this might not be easily understandable for the end user, or the medium in which we're trying to communicate with the end user might not be suitable enough for them to clearly understand or grasp the concept to perform these actions directly on their end as well. This could also become a bit more harder if we are handling non-tech savvy customers who are not quite accustomed with the latest technology but need our help with using these devices. So this could also become a major problem for IT service reps when working with users in different scenarios. Moreover, the absence of right tools at the required scenario can also play a major role with how the IT service reps are being able to provide a support to their users as well. So, with all these challenges right in front of us, how is it that we try to provide or improve the life of an IT service representative when they're trying to provide support to their customers? Now, this is where we're trying to provide all the options with Zoho Assist to ensure that the entire process is a bit more easier and safer for the technicians as well as the customers, so that they need not worry about the other aspects and focus more on providing a great customer support experience. One of the main aspects which was taken into consideration while designing the product of Zoho Assist was to ensure the simplicity and the ease with which the users are able to use the product. So simplicity and ease of use is one of the main key factors differentiating Zoho Assist with the market, allowing users to be able to easily use the application and provide support to their users over the remote sessions. The next aspect is about being intuitive and fast and swift so that users are able to quickly get on to what they're working on. Being a remote support tool, the main objective of the solution is to ensure that the technicians are able to provide proper support to the end users and focus on what matters to them. Ensuring that the product is intuitive and easy enough to use allows them to focus on working on their customer instead of having to focus on what are the options they need to do or what is how to use the remote support tool itself. With that in mind, Zoho Assist has been designed in such a way it is simple and intuitive so that users can quickly get on with the product and have a pretty easy objective of learning the product and getting started on helping their customers. We've also ensured that Zoho Assist is covered on the security front. Since being a sensitive tool, it is important that we are safe both on the technicians and on the customers' end. So to ensure that Zoho Assist is entirely safe, we've got TLS 1.2 and 1.3 protocols over AES 256-bit encryption available for all your remote support sessions. In simpler terms, the same level of security that is applied to your online internet banking scenarios is the exact security that is also used in your remote sessions so that everything is safe. Your customers' data, your technicians' data is safe, and only the technician and the customer are connected over the remote session. It also adds advantage being a browser-based remote support tool so that the technicians do not require any installations or applications installed on their device. So all that the technician requires is a Zoho Assist account, which they can log into from any browser. And once logged in, they can simply log into their Zoho Assist account, click on the sessions to start the session. And once they've started the session, they could have the invite the end user and join the session so that they are quick and ready to get on a session whenever needed. This also applies on the end user's perspective, where we do not require the end users to have any prior installations. So we do not have any hassles in terms of ensuring that the customer has the right version of the product installed. They do not require any prior installations. Only when the technician sends out the invite to the user, they will be prompted for a download, which would be around 500 to 700 KBs that they need to download and run on their device to join the remote support session. So once this is done, they will be connected to the device and the technician can take control from here. We also ensure that Zoho Assist is tightly integrated with some of the leading help desk and chat softwares in the market so that existing users of other vendors can also adapt Zoho Assist and they'll be able to work immediately with their users. So with active integrations with other applications such as Zoho Desk, Zoho Sales IQ, Zendesk, Fresh Service, and Jira, we ensure that you can help your users immediately using remote sessions and you can provide better support to your users. So while we've discussed about how Zoho Assist is simple and intuitive and how we could easily help users over the remote session, how about we get on a quick dose to check out how easy and intuitive it is for users to get started and conduct remote sessions. So to start a remote session, the users will need to log in to assist.zoho.com. And once they are logged in, they will directly be presented with the Start Now button right in front of the screen to start a remote session anytime that they need. So me, as a technician, all that I need to do is just click on Start Now to start a remote support session, and I will immediately be presented with the steps to invite my end user for the remote session. So as you can see here, I can just click on Start Now, whereby a new session is being generated for me. And once this is up, I have the options for me to invite the users for the remote session. As you can see here, I've got 4 different ways in which I can invite my end user for a remote session. The first one being, I can simply have them visit join.zoho.com and I can provide them this 9-digit session ID, which they can enter on the website, and then they can join the session from there. Or if you're already in communication with your customer over maybe a chat or an email thread, and you want to continue in the same mail thread, you can simply copy the invite link and then paste this invite link in your chat or in your mail and send it to your users so that they can join the remote session by clicking on the link as well. If not, if you want to start a separate mail thread for as an invite to your users, you can click on the invite via email option, type in the email address of your end user, and then click on the send option to send the email invite to your end users. We also have the ability to support mobile devices, so you can also provide support to your customers on mobile devices. Therefore, you can invite them via SMS by sending out an SMS invite to their mobile device as well. So these are the four main methods in which me as a technician can start a session and invite my end users. So how will this look for me on the customer's perspective? So as a customer, let's take the first example. I will need them to visit join.zoho.com, where I can provide them with the session key to join this session. So I visit join.zoho.com, and then once I've as a customer, once I visit join.zoho.com, I can enter the session ID that was provided to me by the customer. I can type in my name so that the technician is able to quickly identify who is joining the session. And then I can click on the join session option to join the session. So what happens next is where the customer is presented with the option to download and install a file. So all that the customer needs to do is just download this file, and then they can run this file to join a remote session. When they do that, the end user does not require any admin privileges or elevated privileges to download and run the application. Any user, be it a standard user or an admin user, will be able to start the session and will be able to download the application, and they'll be able to run that application to join a remote session. This way, the end user can simply download and run the file, and they'll be able to join a session with the technician. So I've got a colleague here joining a remote session for this particular device. So they'll be following the similar procedure of visiting join.zoho.com, entering the session ID. And once they do that, they'll be presented with the option to download the application. They'll have to download it and then run the session. So as you can see there, they've run the application and I am connected to the remote device. So here is one of the options that you provided with right away when you're connected to the remote computer. Here, being a multi-monitor setup available on the remote end, I've got both the monitors visible for me with their applications available on both these devices. Me, as a technician, can quickly choose which monitor that I want to view, and I can continue working on the respective monitor. So let's say I want to start working with the first monitor. I can just simply click on the first option. And as you can see here, I've got the entire session opened up. So this way, I am connected to the remote device. And as you can see here, I've got full control of the remote computer, and I can perform any actions that I require over the remote session. The next option, and an important one with regards to performing remote sessions, is the ability to upgrade your remote session to service mode, or the run as service as is available with many applications. So as you can see here on the top of the screen, you've got a small pop-up showing you the option to upgrade to a service mode by clicking here. Or you can also elevate to service mode by clicking on the toolbar here, click on session and choose run as service. You'll be presented with the prompt to type in the admin credentials and the password of the end user's device. So if you're aware of the admin account and the passwords of the remote computer, you can then type in the email address and the password of the admin account and click on OK, whereby your Zoho Assist session will automatically be reconnected and elevated with all the permissions, thereby allowing you to perform any elevated actions on the remote device, and you'll be able to see and work on the Windows UAC when prompted. So as you can see here, I've got the session re-establishing in service mode. And while this is on, we'll also have a quick look at a few other scenarios that you could come across and how you could take advantage of the features. So one common scenario that we as IT service technicians come across is having to work with multiple monitors simultaneously. So to take advantage of the multiple monitors option, you can click and open the toolbar on the right. choose the monitors option on the top, and you could enable the view option for both the monitors. So this way you'll have both the monitors available for you. And you also have the options to choose between the different viewing options available for you. We can Technicians can choose between the grid view, the vertical view, or the horizontal view, with which they'll be able to set up the exact orientation where they want the devices to be visible, and they can then continue working on both the devices. So as you can see here, I could just click and drag a device to the first monitor or to the second monitor, and this way I can continue working on both the monitors simultaneously with different applications too. So this does not end with just two monitors. Even if I have 4 or 5 different monitors available on the remote end, I could work with both the monitors side by side and ensure that I'm able to concentrate on any number of applications running on all these devices. This can specifically come handy in scenarios where I've got different applications monitoring on different monitors, and I need to monitor all of these options as well. So this way, we can work with multiple monitors simultaneously, or choose just the specific monitor that we want to view and hide the other screen as well. So the next option or a scenario where we could come across is with regards to the different viewing options, with regards to having it in full screen or in optimized viewing methods, and also choosing between the different image qualities. So we've got the options to choose between the actual size, where you could have the actual size of the remote device, or fit it to screen so it is fit in your monitor. You can also choose the full screen option, whereby the entire screen is here in full screen. I'll show this better with the other monitor disabled. So when I disable the viewing option for another monitor, I'll choose the generic view. I'll disable one. There we go. So I've got just one monitor available for the time being. So when I choose between the different viewing options as actual size or full screen, you can see that the entire device is optimized to my computer's resolution. Therefore, I have an experience as if I'm actually present right in front of the device and working on it directly, instead of having a feeling like I'm working on a remote computer. So this way, I can choose between the different options available here with regards to the size and the full screen, which allows me to be able to view the entire monitor on my end. The other option that I also have is the color quality, where I can choose anywhere from 25% to 100% color quality during the remote session. Now, this comes in extremely handy during scenarios where I'm working with customers who are in different network bandwidths. So, if one of your users is in a low bandwidth network and they want to be able, and you feel that little bit of a lag during your session, imminent during your session, you can simply click on the session option, on the view option, and then choose the 25% color quality, whereby only the basic colors will be transmitted over the remote session, allowing you to have a full better speed over the remote session. So we also, one other scenario that users generally tend to come across is where they need to invite another technician to work along with them in their own organization. So for example, let's say I am a level 1 technician and I need to invite the second level technician to join along with me on the same session, or I just need to invite a colleague so that they could check out an issue with me on the same device. So to invite my other users to the same session, all I can do is just click on the session option, click on the invite technician option, type in the email address of the secondary technician, and invite them to join the session. Or I could simply copy the invite link and share it with my colleague over any chat software. This way, when my colleague accepts the invite, they will also be connected to the same device. Both the first technician and the second technician can view the monitor simultaneously and work on the device as well. So this way I could have multiple technicians connected to the same device and work on the device simultaneously to provide the best support to our customers. Now, we also have scenarios where, let's say, we're working with any confidential information, or maybe we're performing any debugging options on the remote device, or some specific actions on the computer or with the application. And we feel that it is not necessary for the customer to be able to view it, or we feel that the customer should not have access or knowledge about these actions that are being performed by me as a technician. Or let's just say we're opening any confidential information that should not be visible for the users on the other end. I can simply take advantage of the blank screen option available here, whereby I can allow the technician, ask the end user to allow me permission to blanken the screen on their computer. When they do allow, what would happen is the remote computer screen will automatically be blanked, and all that the end user would see would be a message that the technician is currently controlling their computer. I can open any application or any options on the remote device here. However, the end user will only see a blank screen on my end. Therefore, I have full confidence with opening any kind of an application or logs or confidential information. Once I'm done with my work on the remote computer, I can simply click on the same session option, then click on the unblank screen option available here, which should allow me to give the end user access to the screen again, and they'll then be able to work on the device as well. So this way, I can quickly unblank or blank the screen of the remote device and have full control over the session as well. The next option we have on the toolbar that can also come in handy is the tools option, with which you'll be able to perform a few specific options too. So for example, if let's say you're about to leave the device, or you're about to close the session with the particular computer, and you want to ensure that you lock the screen of the device before disconnecting, you can click on the lock screen option to take advantage of this feature. Or you can also use the log off option. We also come across scenarios where we perform any changes to the Windows settings on the computer, and Windows would generally ask us to reboot the device so that the Windows settings are applied to the remote computer. In such scenarios, we can also take advantage of the reboot option or the reboot in safe mode option, whereby the remote computer will be rebooted and the session will automatically be reconnected for us once the device is back online, and then you can once again take control of the computer and continue with your work as well. Thus, we eliminate the option for starting a new session and having the customer join once again for the remote session. We also have the shutdown option, which allows you to shut down the remote device, and so that the device is shut down and you can exit the session from there as well. Similar to these power options, we also have a few quick launch applications available that can come in handy for opening specific applications. So as a technician, I usually come across scenarios where I need to open up specific applications quickly side by side so that I could monitor a few options or perform actions instantly on the remote device. So instead of having to go through the different settings options on the Windows menu or type in the respective option that I want and then scroll to the respective application, I can simply click on the tools option, choose the quick launch, and click on the respective application that I want, and this will automatically be open for me on the remote device. This can come in handy when opening multiple applications instantly, or in case we are connected to a customer's computer which is in a different language, we can also take advantage of this to open the respective application and work on the remote device. So we've an array of options available here, starting with add or remove programs onto the control panel, the command prompt, the computer management, the control panel, the device manager, the display settings, the event viewer, file explorer, the file system management, firewall, the group policy editor, the NS lookup, the network connections, the performance monitor, registry, the run command, services, system information, system properties, and task manager. And all of these applications can be opened with single click by just clicking on the respective application that you want, and this will instantly be available for you over the remote session. So we've got our devices connected with the customer's computer. We've changed our viewing preferences so it is best available for us. We've ensured we are in run as service so that we've got all the elevated privileges. And now we have opened up the respective applications and we've detected what the particular issue is. Now I've got to send a patch file to the customer so that they could apply the patch for the application. Or let's say I need to collect a few log files from the customer's device so that I can have my team debug the issue further. So this is where we've also got the files option available, where I'll be able to send or receive files over the remote session. So in case I need to send a file, I can simply click on the send files option, choose the file that I want to send to the user, and I can click on the open option, whereby the customer will receive a pop-up on their end where they could choose the location where they want to save the file, and then they can click on save to save the file in the respective location, or they can click on cancel to cancel the send file request. Similarly, to receive files, I can click on the receive file option, choose the application I want to receive, and then I can click on send, whereby I'll have the file receive option on my end. I can click on OK to download it, or click on cancel to cancel the request. So this way, I'll be able to send and receive files over the remote session, and I'll be able to work along with the user as well. Now, anytime during a remote support session, communication is key to ensure that we're able to easily communicate to the end user and perform the necessary actions to provide an optimal support experience. So this is where we've got text, voice, and video chat options available with Zoho Assist, where I'll be able to have a quick chat with the end user using that chat option. And if I feel that it is necessary for me to have a better communication, I can also choose between the video or a voice chat option, and I can communicate with the end user as well. So this way, I'll be able to quickly communicate with the end user, gather any necessary information, and exit the session as well. Similar to all of these options on the toolbar, we've also got a few options available on the customer's toolbar. And one of the important aspects here is the annotation tool, which allows both the technician and the end user to perform annotations on the remote screen. So as you can see here, with the annotation tool, both the technician and the customer can use this to navigate the respective user's attention to specific options on the remote device. So let's say I am explaining a scenario to my customer, and I want them to focus on the specific area that I've circled here, or a specific area on the device. I can simply annotate it on the screen, allowing them to notice and know where I want them to work on, and then I can guide them to perform these actions on the device. And similarly, if the end user needs to give me exact solution or exact details on what they are facing, they can also take advantage of the annotations feature and annotate it during the remote session. So this way, we can both the technician and the end user can take advantage of the annotations feature and perform actions on the remote device as well. We've also got a quick little option here as an information, which gives you details about the remote device for a quick understanding too. So if you can see here, I've got the session details available, the name of the customer, the IP address will also be available for our regular sessions. You'll have the name of the device available if it's a domain or a work group device, the respective operating system of the computer, the model, the processor that is available on the device, and the last time when the computer was booted. So these information are also quickly available for technicians to have a look at, so they know what is available for them immediately, and then they could focus on what next is available for them. So this way, the technician can work on the remote computer with the different options available, and they will also be able to perform all of these options during the remote session. Now, if you have any questions with regards to any of these options available here, or if you've got any other scenarios that you would like to know more about, you could feel free to raise them over the Q&A section, and our expert team available here will always try to answer them instantly as well. So we've had a look at all the different options or the general scenarios users might come across when they're working with the with their end users devices. Now, are there any other scenarios that users have raised with us? Yes, we do. We've had 4 different scenarios taken up for today's webinar, where we've focused them based on the queries our customers have asked us over the past few months. So the first scenario where they've asked us is, how can we try to address repetitive or common issues using Zoho Assist, where we've always had users come across to our support forums, where one of a user might be facing a specific issue, or this could be a common issue that many users might be facing. So every time that a user would raise a request for a specific issue, you might need to head on and perform the same actions again and again over the remote session. But what if we are able to give them an example of how to fix it themselves so that they're able to do it easily? Uh, we suggest taking advantage of the session recording feature available with Zoho Assist, with which you'll be able to give them a clear understanding of how they could fix it themselves and learn how to fix the particular issue that they're facing for all the users. So the session recording feature in Zoho Assist is available for all the users, where you could enable your session recording under the settings panel. From here, once the session recording has been enabled, all the sessions are recorded by default, and once a particular session is completed, the session recording is available for download under the reports column. So you can simply click on the video option and click on download to download the video to your own computer. Using this particular download option that you have, we could create a small help document or a page where we could share this video to all our users. And anytime we have a user requesting help for a specific issue that is already addressed majorly, we could simply share this to a user so they can easily fix it all by themselves using the video that was shared with them. Another scenario where we've come across is, what if a technician needs the help of an external technician, someone who's not a part of their organization, just for a particular session when they're connected to the device. So during the session, we saw how a technician can invite another technician in their organization for a remote session. Now, we also have scenarios where we might need to invite an external technician, not a part of our organization, to join along with us for a remote session. So this is where we've recently introduced the external technician invite option, whereby we can invite the external technician uh, for our remote session by using the email address. So you can just type in the email address of the external organization's technician and click on invite, whereby an email invite will be triggered to the end user. What the other technician needs to do is just click on the accept button, whereby they'll be prompted for an OTP on their end, and the OTP will automatically be triggered back to the same email address of the end user of the external technician. They can check their email inbox for the OTP and then type in the OTP on their prompt shown on their computer, whereby they'll be able to join the remote session. So with this way, we could invite external users as members for our remote session and work along with these users during the respective sessions as well. So collaboration between different users from different organizations is also possible now with Zoho Assist. Can I perform tasks on the remote device without disturbing the end user? Yep. So there are scenarios where we as technicians would need to connect and work or perform a few tasks on the remote device. However, the end user would still be performing a few actions on their end, and thus we would need to ensure that we do not disturb them during this session. So this is where the diagnostic tools feature in Zoho Assist comes into play. With the diagnostic tools option, you'll be able to take advantage of all of these options available here, and you'll be able to work on the remote computer silently in the background without having to disturb the end user itself. So as you can see, it's initializing here. I can take advantage of the command prompt or the PowerShell option and perform any task on the remote device. Let's just say I need to perform a backup, or I need to just check a few logs on the device, or I need to perform any specific actions using the command prompt or the PowerShell, running scripts maybe. I can perform all of these options using the diagnostic tools silently in the background while the customer is still working on their computer on over the remote session. So this way, I can take advantage of the command prompt or the PowerShell. Similarly, I have the device manager available, which will give me options regarding the particular device which is available. We've also got the groups option, whereby the different groups that are available on the remote device will be listed for us. The hardware option will fetch the hardware options of the remote device and have them available for us to check instantly. We've got the different printers installed on the remote device available for us during the session. The different services that are running on the device will also be available for us. We've got the share option, where the different shared folders will be listed for our immediate access. The different softwares installed on the particular device will be available for us to check. The task manager will also list all the processes that are actively available, along with an option for us to terminate any processes that are not required. At the same time, we can also check out the startup programs that are available on the particular computer, and the different users that are present on the device will also be available for us during the remote session. So this way, we could take advantage of the diagnostic tools to silently work on the remote computer and without disturbing the end user who might be actively working on the remote device at the given moment. So this is one of the other scenarios. And the last scenario here is, how will I be able to perform an audio call with the user if their computer does not support a microphone or a speaker? Now, while microphones and cameras might be widely available options in the latest devices, there are still desktop devices that do not support them widely. And there are a few of the older devices that do not have support for microphones or speakers. Now, if you're providing support to one of our users who might not have access to a microphone or a speaker on the respective device, how will I be able to take advantage of this kind of a scenario? Well, we've also recently released the VoIP calling feature in Zoho Assist, where we'll be able to initiate a voice call from Zoho Assist to the customer's mobile device itself. So to initiate a VoIP call, you can click on the voice chat option, where I have the option to choose between either the system audio or the phone call of the of the end user. So when I choose the phone call, I'll have the VoIP option available for me, where I could choose the country. So let's just say it's United Kingdom. I could choose United Kingdom. I can type in the mobile number of the end user, and then I can click on the call button to directly call the mobile device of the remote user. And thus, I will be connected over a direct call with the end user with the remote session active for me. And I can communicate with them over the remote, over their call here. At the same time, perform actions on the remote device, so I can communicate with them this way as well if needed. Or if I need to communicate a different user and get any information for the particular second, I can also take advantage of this feature here and have VIP calling available during the remote sessions. So with all of these different options that we've looked across, we hope that we've covered a few scenarios that users would face generally and take advantage of these to during our forthcoming sessions as well. So we'll have a quick look at a few of the best practices in general when performing remote sessions or providing support to our users, and how best you can also achieve this with Zoho Assist. One key aspect would be with ensuring that we have all the remote tools available to work from any location. So having them online tools or accounts which you could log in from any location could be a key factor here. And also ensuring that we've got two-factor authentication or a similar method of additional authentication available will also improve the security of your own accounts, be it your own Zoho Assist accounts too. This is also available with Zoho Assist, where you could enforce CFA to your account and all your users as well. So you could set up two-factor authentication to your users and improve your security at the same time, ensuring that the application is available to our users from any location. Also, the ability to be able to collaborate with multiple teams as and when the situation arises can also be a key component in providing a solution to the end users. So we can take advantage of the invite technicians option in Zoho Assist to invite both internal and external users for our remote sessions. Proactively being able to analyze and resolve customer issues is also a key component with regards to how we could provide better service to users. And one of the scenarios we discussed with regards to ensuring that the previous session recordings are available for users to check and fix the issues themselves can help users immensely in scenarios where a support technician is not immediately available. So ensuring that we're able to analyze our different issues that users face in general, and creating documents or video recordings of them from previous sessions can come in handy during these kind of scenarios. Also, trying to reduce the overall effort required for both the technician and the customer can also help users. And one such way we try to do it is ensuring these are browser-based sessions, and the end user just needs to accept an invite and join the session with the download at the last end. Also tries to minimizes the effort needed for the other activities and allows both the technician and the end user to focus on providing better support itself. Making remote support a part of the support process helps user being able to quickly analyze the issue and provide a support to the users extensively right from the first go, allowing them to reduce the overall support timing as well. So we've got integrations of Zoho Assist with multiple vendors available, which allows the users to be able to start a remote session from multiple help desk or live chat vendors too. So, for example, we've got integrations with Zoho Desk, with Zendesk, and with Jira. So, if users are already using any of these applications, they can integrate Zoho Assist into their application. Thereby, whenever a customer raises a ticket or a particular issue, they can quickly start a remote support session, quickly analyze what the particular user may be facing there, and they can help them with a solution then and there itself. So with this, we've come to the last agenda of today, where we're going to be discussing about the different questions that we've had. So what I'll do is I'll have a quick refresh of the question answer tab here, and we'll check what are the majorly discussed questions. So there we go. Yeah. A frequently asked question is, what is the maximum file size while using file transfer? Do you support all file types? Yes, we do support all file types for the file transfer in Zoho Assist, and we support up to a maximum of 2 GB in file sizes during the remote sessions. So you'll be able to transfer any type of file during the remote session, and a maximum of 2 GB in file size can be transferred during a single file transfer request. Can I embed a widget on my website to join a session? Yes, instead of having to visit join.zoho.com or accepting the invite, you can also have your users join your remote support session from your own website as well. So we have a remote support widget available. So to access the widget, the super admins can visit assist.zoho.com, click on settings, and choose the customer widget under remote support, where you'll have the widget and the iframe code for the widget available. So you can have this embedded onto your website. And when you do have this embedded, the end users will be presented with a small dialog box, as you can see here, with the option to enter the session ID. So they can simply enter the session ID provided by the technician, and then they can click on the connect option, whereby they'll be taken to the download option, download web page, where they can download the application and then run the application to join the remote session. This way, you can have users quickly join remote session with you and perform actions on the and continue working on the remote device. So with this, we've come to the end of the webinar for today, where we've discussed about a few key aspects on how we could try and improve the support that we're providing to our end users. If you love the presentation and would like to spread the word about it, you could use the hashtag Zoho Assist to share your experience with your users. You will also receive a survey at this moment now, with where we're going to be requesting you to survey us on a scale of 1 to 5, where 5 being the best. So you could provide your feedback over the poll. And I would like to once again thank you all for joining us today. And we hope that a few of the scenarios we discussed, or a few of the suggestions that we provided, would help you with your sessions going forward when you're performing actions with your end users. Once again, thank you all for joining us today, and you guys have a good day.